almost 6 o'clock now. We have a handful of showers and storms in the neighborhood, generally here on the north side of the viewing region, but obviously not everybody is seeing the rainfall. We have a couple of showers near Ravenswood, stretched out on over to the Clarksburg area. The rest of us just plain old hot, a mix of 70s and 80s out there, and at the bus stop tomorrow morning. We start the day at 67 and partly sunny. We'll tell you how long the heat's going to linger. 13 News at 6 begins right now.
Working for you. This is 13 News at 6.
Good evening. Thank you so much for joining us for 13 News. I'm Patrick Simon. Jennifer has the evening off. It was a major victory today for an embattled member of the West Virginia State Supreme Court. Justice Beth Walker won her trial and gets to keep her job, but other justices still face a harsher punishment in the court spending scandal. 13 News chief political reporter Mark Curtis has more from the Capitol.
In the end, the vote wasn't even close. Only one state senator voted to remove Justice Beth Walker from office. She faced one count for maladministration.
I'm very relieved. I'm very grateful to the senators. They obviously carefully deliberated. I am looking forward to rolling up my sleeves and getting back to the very important work of the court, deciding cases fairly and impartially and according to the rule of law.
It's a case where the high court members were accused of wasting millions of taxpayer dollars on lavish office renovations and catered lunches. 4 of the justices wound up being impeached and 2 retired. Despite repaying the state for her portion of the catered lunches, House managers argued Justice Walker should be removed from office.
Question number 1, has the public lost trust in the Supreme Court? I would suggest to you, if you were asking me based on what I'm hearing from my constituents, what I'm reading in the paper, that's an easy answer.
Walker had been on the court less than a year, and many lawmakers believed that far more senior justices were far more responsible for the court's excessive spending.
I felt like the standard of impeachment was not sustained by the evidence, and I believe the Senate did a great job in studying the evidence.
There was no evidence presented, in my opinion, that justified removal from office.
Justice Walker and her husband embraced after her acquittal, but Senate Republicans are already drafting a public censure or reprimand in her name as a punishment. So while Justice Walker is now free to go back and work on the Supreme Court, it is still possible that Chief Justice Margaret Workman and Justice Alan Lawfrey could be removed from office. At the State Senate in Charleston, I'm Mark Curtis, 13 News, working for you.
Former Justice Robin Davis also faces an impeachment trial, even though she retired from the Supreme Court in August. Davis filed a lawsuit in federal court trying to stop her trial in the Senate.